I started looking at some old footage that I have on a hard drive. I was looking through old hard drives. And so I came across this directory of videos, mini DV captures that was all from Vietnam and around, I think it was 2006, 2007. I haven't really confirmed the dates, but I know it was right around there, and it would have been around like either the end of 2006, beginning of 2007 during the winter when we were over there. And man, what a great find, because like I've had the original video cut into 2 episodes, and there was always meant to be a 3rd episode. It was one of the earliest things I did on my channel. It was called Living Saigon, and it was the first part was Saigon to Mouine, and then the second part was Saigon Sailing Club, and then there was going to be a 3rd part, which was the dunes, and even potentially a 4th part, which was the headlands. So all one trip, but multiple different sections. And then looking back on the footage that I have, it's great. Like when I did the cut, like of course it was done, I don't know, 15 years ago or something like that. So it's one of the most popular, by far the most popular video on our channel. And I've seen it a bunch of times because, you know, I watch my own stuff sometimes, just as really old stuff that I'm kind of nostalgic for. But to find the raw footage from the DV cam footage that I had, which was good footage because it was one of the first projects that I did with the DVX100, the Panasonic DVX100A, which was such a sweet camera. So a lot of the work that I've done was that I did commercially, and then some of the best projects that I ever did I shot on the DVX100, and I just love the camera. I wish I hadn't sold mine. I had the original one that I bought used off of eBay. It still cost me like I think 2,500 Canadian dollars in probably 2004, no, what would it have been, 2005, and then 2006. Maybe around 2006 I got it, and that's when I first made a lot of videos, including the Vietnam series that became those first 2 episodes on our YouTube channel, and I just kind of never did the rest of the other episodes. And that brought me to thinking about like why I didn't, because we had success with that video, and when we did back, like I think it was 16 years ago, we put that video on this channel. It took off right away, but back then there wasn't really a big push for subscribers. It was mostly views. So I think the algorithm was more natural, and you just would get natural traffic based on other people seeing it, and it got pushed to a lot of other people that wouldn't necessarily have seen it in today's algorithm. So it was a good start to the channel, and I just didn't really follow up on it. I was doing a bunch of professional work at the time. I was putting a lot of my creative energy into professional projects, the biggest of which was the air stretcher project, which we have that YouTube channel as well. We shot all those videos with me and Lee Peters. We shot those videos about his tools and the tools that we developed, and then built a system around a training system and an installation system, entire system around these air stretchers for carpet, and then also a seaming system and that type of thing. So that was taking a lot of my creative energy, was coming up with material for that and really brainstorming how we could make that a thing. So the Vietnam videos just kind of got pushed to the side, and it brought me to think about that whole idea that don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. And I don't, like, first of all, I would like to say that, like, the video that I put up in 2006 or whatever it was on YouTube, the original one. It got a lot of views, but I mean, it's pretty amateur video still. Like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't such a, I don't think that great of a video, but I put a lot of work into it, and I think that it was also geared towards the style at the time. So in today's world, that video really doesn't kind of hold up because it's really probably overproduced. But I still love the imagery that it had. Like, the camera held up really well. And I also, there was so much footage. Like, I think there's 3 hours or maybe even more. And then there was some other footage I did around that same time. I did a tour of Saigon with Rod Skaggs. He rode around on his bike, and I followed around in a chase vehicle, and we filmed him riding his bicycle, his road cycle, touring bike through Saigon to all, like, sort of the important spots in Saigon. And that footage is also in that same kind of era. So yeah, I was just thinking, looking at the footage now, having watched the video, the cut that I did a few times over the years, right? Because it's on my channel, and once in a while I'm nostalgic, have a couple glasses of wine, and think, hey, that was a cool video, let's watch that. Because it's a memory of me and Dean as well, and it's got our dog Jack in it too. It's got a video of our house in Saigon that we still have, but the original kind of, it wasn't the exactly when we first got it look, but it was the look that we got, our reno. It was right after we did our reno. So it's kind of nostalgic in that respect too. And yeah, so I was watching some of that video yesterday, and I was just thinking, man, I'd like to recut this like as another film, a longer film about my relationship with Vietnam. And because I've been obviously married, me and Dean have been married for 21 years. We just had our 21st wedding anniversary. So we've been together for a long time, and that was something that we did before we had Julia, so it was many years ago. It was a lot of fun. A little motorcycle trip. We bought that brand new Yamaha, I don't know how many cc's it was. It was probably like 100 or 110 cc Yamaha scooter, and made saddlebags out of messenger bags from, like, how they have all the bag shops in Saigon. If you've ever been to Saigon, there's one of their big things is they sell backpacks and bags and stuff like that, and of varying quality. Some of them are really good knockoffs, some of them are real and they cost more, and then some of the stuff is like decent quality. It's got a brand name on it, but probably not necessarily full spec, like, say, for example, North Face. So we made those saddlebags, and can't believe we rode all the way to Mui Ne from Saigon. And we're in District 7, so even getting out of Saigon was a bit of a thing. We left early. And then we spent a bunch of days up there. We had our scooter because we took it up there, obviously. So we scooted around. We ended up changing hotels. We went to Saigon Sailing Club. Saigon Sailing Club is the place that we spent a ton of time at over our marriage. We've gone there a bunch of times. It's sort of one of our favorite spots. We haven't been there for a while, though. And then we moved to this other one up on the sand dunes. There's a resort up there, a newer one. Again, this was 16, 17 years ago. And we stayed there. It was a little bit higher end. We paid a bit more money, but we had like a little villa down by the pool, and they had a massive pool, and right on the beach. So there's a bunch of video from that as well that never got put on YouTube. And then there's some video of the dunes on our channel. That was the second episode, is the dunes. We have more of that. And then there's headlands. We walked out on the headlands, and that was a little bit further north along the coast, and we rode our bike up there, and we walked out on the headlands. So and then I think we stopped and we went to south of Mouinet towards Fantiet, there's these Khmer red temples from the very old, like probably 800, the year 800 or something like that, or 1000, like really old temples, Khmer style. We stopped there, and we had been there before. Actually, we went there a couple years before, and I think we have maybe some video of that. But that was on my old little Sony Handycam, the DVR PC7. It was like the 007 camera. I had that. That was my first digital video camera, mini DV. The quality wasn't as good on that. It only had one. It didn't have 3C CD like the Panasonic. That was a much better quality camera. So that's why this footage is kind of special too, is because even though it's older vintage, it's got better colors, in my opinion. Obviously, it's not even my opinion. It's better color separation. If you look at the waveforms when you're looking at it on Davinci Resolve, like there's really good separation of the. So it's a kind of a good waveform to even edit with. There's a bit of latitude there, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, I was thinking maybe doing a long form, maybe doing some sit down like this and talking about my history with Vietnam. Anyways, that's it for today. I'll talk to you again next time. Thanks again for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next one.